this evening. I'm HAMELL on Trial, and thanks for watching CapZeyeZ Live, and let's go here. Just out of curiosity, and I won't interrupt anymore after this, but probably some of you have seen the show before. It's been on for a few years, won many an award, and Dave Prewitt takes a very, very fastidious care in the production of the show. You've probably seen that, and so that's it. I just wanted to give a kind of a special thanks to Dave. I'm going to be leaving Austin soon, and for all the help that he's really given me, and for any bands out there, musicians, poets, whatever, that need to get on, you should call Dave. And you've probably seen him. You've probably seen, he interviews you. He's kind of cool and casual, and you can just tell he's very calm, very, very calm and collected, if you've seen him. But I'd like to tell you a little something that I learned tonight, if I could, about Dave. And I didn't know this, and I've probably done the show I think this is my 6th time, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been an invaluable help to me. And of course, you see Dave, and he does the interviews with a lot of people. Joan Jett, we've seen him do, and Bill Hicks, and just, you know, some very prestigious people. Always very cool, always very, very calm. Minutes before the show, however, about 11:45, Dave's a fucking wreck, basically, running around here like a madman. I've never seen this before, because he locks himself in his room. There's a little padded room in the back. He has many controls back there with a lot of padding back there. And about he excuses himself. He says, "Excuse me, I gotta go," and then he gets in this room, and then he fucking goes wacko. It's unbelievable. You have to see this. Like, he's like popping Valium. He's going nuts in there. And I never knew this about him. And then later on, you'll see him, and he sees the camera, the red light go on, and he's like, "What's up? Okay, cool, yeah, all right, yeah, so it's nice to have." But then back there, he's berserk. I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, here we go. And I wish Bill Hicks was alive. I wish Bill Hicks had survived. And I wish Bill Hicks was alive. I wish Bill Hicks had survived. But as Bill would be the first to answer, this is the real world and he had cancer. I wish Bill Hicks was alive. And I would bring my friends to see Bill do brilliant comedy. And I would bring my friends to see Bill do brilliant comedy. Watch him needle an aristocrat. I wouldn't resurrect him only for that. Put a politician in his place. Sometimes truth has a bitter taste. I wish Bill Hicks was alive. I saw his show. Not 3 months later, he was dead. He must have known. I thought how great. He never said alive, alive. Of all the reasons I just gave to bring Bill back from the grave, of all the reasons I just gave to bring Bill back from the grave, the world is crazy and you're on your own. I hear Bill's voice, I feel I'm not alone. I wish Bill Hicks was alive, 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 alive. Little song for Bill Hicks. For those of you that certainly we don't want to in an easygoing, lighthearted entertainment package that you're about to see for the next hour. And then my friend WAMMO will join, and we don't want to get into any kind of heavy stuff, Lord knows. But I don't know that much what I think about spirituality. I don't know. I'm confused. I wouldn't say that I have. But I know that it's important to propagate the spirit, I guess, to keep the spirit alive. And that's why I would talk about Bill Hicks. For those of you that don't know about Bill, you should really make an effort to. He's a comedian, incredible. He's no longer with us, and you should investigate him. If you think she let the car die here, then you're dumber than she thinks. Gonna drive it back to New York by hook or by crook. Where's home? Where's home? Where's home? And all your hot man won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. And all your hot man won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. She arrived back in New York in the airport. Someone said, fuck you. And she cried. She was glad to be home. And someone said what they felt was true. And all your hot man won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. And all your hot man won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. Oh, my East Coast Mona Lisa, I can't wait to see you smile. There's a storm, it's a coming, and she's tired of screaming. There's a storm coming. Turn your head, you're a sucker. Don't say I didn't warn you, and you'll be bumming. Sorry, man, won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. And all your howdy, man, won't get you too far. Now go on and fix that car. Now go on and fix that car. Pulls over by the pocket meter. I saw a young girl. I stepped right up to her. After close inspection, determined nice direction, I could see right through her. Images behind the shop is a bell. I had a sneaking suspicion. I could see right behind her that woman hadn't eaten very well. And I said, I want to talk to you. I said, I want to hear the ear for a minute. I want you to think about big old world. I want you to think about the stuff that is in it. But as attentive as I was to that woman that was my host, I had a sneaking suspicion. I could see right behind her that woman. She was a ghost. And I said, Cleopatra, where have you come from? I said, Joan Arc, where have you been? She said, I've been dead for a couple thousand years. You can't believe the things I've seen. Yes, indeed, you can't believe the things I've seen. She said, I think I'm Mr. Know-It-All. You got your answers by intuition. I've been dead, you got questions, I got answers. I'm in a much better position. Think a big old flood's gonna come, gonna wash away the sins of this earth. That attitude about 95 cents, get your coffee, what that's worth. See a hole in the branch, set it shooting off your own track. Think of yourself as a little bit of plug, get over that and fill that gap once again. See a hole in the branch, set it shooting off your own track. Think of yourself as a little bit of plug, get over that and fill that gap. Come on now. Hear them calling, I can hear them calling me. I can hear them calling me, there's ghosts. Hear them calling, I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling me.
my window, up from the street. I hear a sound of a car radio and you know that it ain't discreet. It says I'm a DJ from the past, got a message only for your ears. Got a mess for you there, Hamel, and it's dating back 1,000 years. If you got your antenna up, I don't want you ever to be neglected. I want you to take a look around. I want you to hold out your hand and think. I want you to think of this world as a big old chain and there's a little bit of link. Come on, I want you to take a look around. I want you to hold out your hand and think. I want you to think of this world as a big old chain and there's a little bit of link. Come on now. Hear them calling. I can't hear them calling. There goes. Hear them calling. I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling me. Ghosts, everywhere goes history, thick like fog. And I walk these streets almost daily and I'm in constant dialogue. Centuries, costume shift and change, but the wear remains the same. Each and every day we walking down Lark Street, one of these ghosts, he called me by name and he says, quickly dust, sand descend from that hourglass. As surely as you hesitate, well surely time will pass. See the garbage floating around, you wanna wait for the cleanup crew? But each and every one of us in this room tonight will have the final rendezvous and they're gonna wanna know, did we brew the true stew? Or might we have been a little over concerned with that residue? And them ghosts, hear them calling me, that's ghosts. Hear them, I can hear them calling me, that's ghosts. Hear them calling, I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling. I can't hear them calling me. That's good. You know, hey, the song before the one I just did, because that was Ghost, the name of that tune. The one before that was a little song about Fix That Car Here. And then there was some references to New York. But it made me think of when I first came to town, because everything's sort of cyclical, you know, so a lot of the things that, because I'm leaving shortly, and it kills me, breaks my heart, but that's a whole other story. But, because I fell in love with this Austin town, but that's another story. But this story is many things that, like when I first came to town, I went to Enchanted Rock, and then just recently I went to Enchanted Rock. So it's bookended, if you catch my drift. You know, that's what I'm talking about when I talk cyclical. For those of you out there that, right now, that are probably on the couch watching the show, smoking a lot of pot, I think I'm talking really, really fast. I understand that. What you might want to do is smoke some more reefer, but maybe like mainline some caffeine, if you got some at home. Just kind of blow some in. That'll help, I think. Okay, so anyway, when I first came to town, I heard a joke on the radio. And in order for a joke to be funny, I guess, it has to have some universal elements to it. In other words, people would have to understand what makes it funny. So I heard this on the radio in Texas. So this would mean that this is like, the point I'm trying to make here is, what is the fucking point, Ed? Well, the point is that there's these universal that, when they told a joke, there would have to have been thought some universal. So here it is, okay. There's a Texan, a Russian, and a New Yorker eating, and the waitress comes over and says, excuse me, I'm sorry, but there's a shortage of beef. And the Russian says, what's beef? And the Texan says, what's a shortage? And the New Yorker says, well, what's excuse me, I'm sorry? You see the joke there. So, that was a little bit of those elements in that other song that I played there. Later on, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about allergies for those of you that have them here in Austin, which is every fucking buddy that's watching the TV right now, okay? And everyone you know around you, your neighbor, they all have allergies. Even if they never did before, if they moved here and they've lived here a couple years, they've now got them. That's okay. That's all right. It's worth it because it's a great place to live. I could put up with allergies. That's fine. Watery eyes? I don't have any problem with that. A little sore throat? It's nothing. Nose running? No big deal. What's the fuck with the aching teeth, though? Can we talk about the aching teeth? People out there got the aching teeth? I could talk all night with no great insight. I search the skies till dawn. I try to believe until the stars are gone. Confess me and I'll confess you. Confess me and I'll confess you. I got the rope burned, I got the leg learned, I got the shoulder chipped, I got the so what, I got the rock gut, I got the livered lip. I got the black cloud, I got the toad shot, I got the funny looks, I got the naive, I got the hot slave, I got too many cooks. Confess me and I'll confess you. Confess me and I'll confess you. Father, for I have sinned. I got a telltale conscience that stinks of gin. The sacrament, boy, the sacrament. The sacrament, boy, the sacrament. Crack the mirror, I try to stay clear. This song won't let me sleep. I hawk my handshake, trade for an earthquake, and I pray my soul to keep. Confess me and I'll confess you. Confess me and I'll confess you. Get through this one. Isn't it good that I would take the chance to try some new stuff that on the air? And Dave's now nervous a little bit, probably more nervous. He's bouncing around the walls back there. But people ask me what's going down, what kind of stuff. When I come around, it's just one guy and one guitar, so it's gotta be folk. Oh man, how wrong they are. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. You, me, the songs, the guitar, and the rock and roll. kumbaya, the World Trade Center's a shack. If it's Puff the Magic Dragon, then Picasso was a hack. This bullshit unplugged is like a monkey on my back. Unless you're talking Chuck Berry, you ain't talking Jack. I'm rocking like the Clash, it's acoustic kind of meanery. I'm as bad as 9 Inch Nails, except I don't need machinery. A little bit of wood and a little bit of wire. Call up Smokey the Bear, cause there's gonna be a fire. If I ain't sweating, then it ain't no fun. I'm like the Beastie Boys, except I'm only one. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. You, me, the songs, the guitar, and the rock and roll. I love listening to the CDs and studying the hooks. We get no rock education just by reading books. And life was going nowhere, and I was on the bum. I was getting so frustrated, sitting on my thumb. I'd listen with the headphones to study the artiste. I started hearing voices, but not like Judas Priest. Mostly from the old guys, a whisper in the back. Muddy Waters saying, it's all in the attack. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. You, me, the songs, the guitar, and the rock and roll. I'd beat it in the basement, and I'd beat it in the yard. I'd beat it like a band because I beat it so hard. I'd beat it like a flag, and I'd beat it real proud. I got a call from Saturn that says it's too damn loud. Well, I won't change the world. Well, shit, I know all that. But I might stall a politician by shitting in his hat. See, it's a land of many paths. There ain't only one right way. And I will keep on rocking that until my dying day. See, it's a land of many paths. There ain't only one right way. And I will keep on rocking that until my dying day. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. Gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting, gonna be a meeting. You, me, the songs, the guitar, and the rock and roll. You, me, the songs, the guitar, and the rock and roll. Thank you, that's a new one for me. Well, tomorrow, yeah. Or really today, huh? It's Mother's Day. I'd like to do this next one. It's a song about my mother. My mother has passed away, and much in what I say about Bill Hicks certainly holds. Must have a leaky ceiling here because I seem to be wet on the top of my head. I gotta fix the pipes here. It's funny too because it's a beautiful facility, very nice, very modern looking. And yet, I didn't feel. But yeah, must be dripping. But like to keep the spirit alive, and so I wrote this. My mother has passed away too, and my mother. Interesting little story about my mother. My mother had me when late in life. 43 years old she was, and this is absolutely true. When she had me, and a lot of things that I did in my life, I kept from my mother because she my sister's 15 years older than me, and so she really, my mother, whole life would tell me, well, you weren't a mistake. We want you to know you were planned. You weren't a mistake. Except she doesn't sound like Homer Simpson's wife when she talks, but especially not anymore. But she would tell me that, and she loved me very dearly. So consequently, like, all the times when you're a kid and you're, maybe 12 and you're stealing cars and you're tripping and stuff. Not that I ever would do that. But, I had friends, of course, that did, and I would watch them. And she went to her grave thinking I never smoked a cigarette. She just, she firmly believed that I was, Matter of fact, I could come into, to give you a little scenario about my mother, I could come into the house and I could say, geez, Mom, I got in a little scuffle, a little tiff with Mother Teresa. And my mother would, of course, say, what did that slut do to provoke you? You see what I'm saying? Because she loved me dearly and she would defend me. So I wrote this for her. Open up the gates for her. Hear the trumpets blare. A warm Miles Davis welcome. Let her dance with Fred Astaire. Open up the gates for her. Bring her Estee Lauder and pictures of her daughter and her only son. She'll want them. Open up the gates for her. She don't need no resume, no credit check today, no references except mine. And open up your ears for her, and she will teach you of compassion, and she will help you fashion tenderness and time. Don't lose her in paperwork or files. Don't shuffle her along with phony smiles. I've lost faith in even you. Open up your ears to me. Though I'm no man of great renown, I've got no weight to throw around. Perhaps I'm headed down. But if I hear she's been ignored, deprived of her reward, heaven has seen no fury like a son that's scorned. Be forewarned. Open up the gates for her. Wider, wider, wider. See the love that is inside her. True story, in 8th grade I was... Well, I had to leave the circus, standing for the skunk. The elephants were dying and the clowns were roaring drunk. And I hid out on the highway until I made the town. I asked around, why could I stay? But no one made a sound. I queried the town crier, I said, what's wrong with your throat? Well, he cracked a smile, said, it's the style, this hair. This is the dead man's flute. I was desperate to get higher, and I built a cardboard house.
I had a guest named Friday, a fine specimen of grouse, and we met with Silence for a job. See, they thought I was a looter. I hustled tips, I got a deal on a second-hand scooter. Me and Friday, we left that town with his big key card. A note, it said had to run, had too much fun. You can keep your dead man's float. The dead man's float, the dead man's float. How easy it would be. So we pressed across the U.S. Lord knows that desert's tough. Endless seeking for a home till Friday squawked enough. And the city lights were blazing and the noise was deafening. At last some conversation, we could stay there till the spring. Then I heard a megaphone, it blast a chilling quote. It said, silence please and get on your knees and dig the dead man's float. The dead man's float, the dead man's float. How easy it would be, but not for me. The dead man's float, the dead man's float. How easy it would be, but not for me. When he was 15 years old, already balding, thin basketball etched frame, continuously, nervously banging against a box only he could see, my friend Frank robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork. He courted the girl to work down her off time. Her girlfriends thought she was way off to go out with a boy that talked like an electric circuit. They had it all worked out, except she must have got cold feet on the day of the robbery because she called in sick. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, in the 85-degree blue-collar melancholy sun, disguised in his brother's red and yellow striped wool ski mask, armed with a stainless steel fork and 15 years of Catholic Italian longings, Frank ran into the Kentucky Fried Chicken on the corner of Grant Boulevard and Butternut. Finding no one behind the counter, he yelled to the two people sitting at the booth, eating their original recipe breast, "Everybody hit the deck!" And they looked up at him and they laughed. The manager sauntered oh too casually out from the back room. Frank screamed again, this time slamming his fork down so hard on the counter that he cut his own hand. The three people saw the blood and the unrelenting fierceness in the eyes behind the ski mask. They knew he was serious. Through the dusty and streaked plate glass window, passerbys could easily have witnessed three people huddled on the ground and a masked Frank, fork gripped in midair, jammed down the register button, grabbed $214, and he fled. First time he told me this story was 15 years later on a blustery evening. We were broke down in the sub-zero snow this side of the Canadian border. That lonely orange U-Haul squeaking with every jet of northern icy wind provided a refuge in its cab for 8 hours. Me and Frank in the front sharing cigarettes and later N-butts and flannel shirts that had been discarded in earlier month summer days. Come on, you snakes, the sun had called. Shed those skins to lie forgotten behind the seats but now taken out and used as blankets and stuffed into door cracks to guard against that razor chill. After a few hours, and the boredom peaked and the conversation snowballed and turned heated and sillier and confessional and redeeming, and Frank told me about his Italian grandmother, how she'd stare at his carved body, every inch of which was covered with a thick rug-like hair. She'd shake her head Sicilian serious and she'd moan in broken English, "Blood of the wolf, blood of the wolf." In that truck, Frank threw back his head and howled with laughter. Then he told me how he robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork, and I screamed, "A fork, a fucking fork!" So hard I actually got warm for a few minutes. When they found us 8 blue bone, cold, chill hours later, I was half asleep, but Frank was still doing imitations of his boyhood hero, AC/DC's Bon Scott, yelling, "And he made it out with a bullet in the back!" across the Canadian snow. That was 8 years ago. Frank drives for somebody else and I moved to Texas. We couldn't make a go of our business in upstate New York and the bank repossessed our truck. Last night when I was headed to the CD player, I thought I heard that truck outside beeping. I rode in that truck for half a decade. I know the sound of it and Frank's loud impatient black coffee and VH2's horn blast. I was ready to ride, but when I went to the window, there was no truck. As my eyes scanned the Texas horizon, I thought I saw running behind the trees a boy. He was wearing a ski mask. He was holding a fork. I'm gonna get your quilt. Gotta get your gun. Heard it on the TV. That's gonna be some fun. Everyone will be there, except the ones that ain't. No, we'll hunt them later. We'll cover them with paint. Don't let them know you dawdle. They won't do the dilly-dally. They get so damn rambunctious. They're at the pep rally. They'll be selling t-shirts. Their mugs at the shrine. I've been saving coupons. I know my secret sign. They'll be giving classes. I want a franchise. They'll be going global. I'll try that on for size. Falling for the roll call. Peaceful in the valley. Everyone's your buddy. They're at the pep. They're at the pep. They're at the pep rally. Fall on your knees to the light on the pole. Give it a squeeze, there's no parole. Say pretty please, relinquish your soul. They're at the pep rally. Jimmy had a nightmare about a giant bird pecking all his flesh raw. He screamed, but no one heard. Weeks above the city, shivering in the rock. After Jimmy's torture, the bird rejoins the flock, crawls down from the nest, collared in the alley. They don't dig deserters. They're at the pep rally. All bleeding blisters that are inside. Miracles come later, first hand your hide. All real requests will not be denied. They're at the pep rally.
I don't know if I could advertise this tonight. I just want to say quickly that my last show here in town. I know what it's for, but I just thought it'd be funny if I modeled it for a little while. Hello, okay. Achoo! No, there's some kind of like stuff on the front. It looks like a Halo 8. No, never mind. Okay. Well, my last show in town here is going to be at the Electric Lounge this Friday night. It's the 19th, and then, you know, I don't know what happens because I moved to New York, and I'm sure I'll be touring back, and I'll be here in, I don't know, another 2 weeks. No, it'll be longer, probably 3-4 months. So please come out and say goodbye. Okay, thanks. Well, is Wammo here? No. Okay. My buddy Wammo's going to be joining. We got a little shtick that we do, which we'll also be doing together at the Electric Lounge. So, but he had to play a wedding with the Assam Street Spankers, so he might be late. So I'm just going to keep on playing forever. No. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at that camera for, so it's not on. Okay. Put that one on for just a second. Can you do it? Dave, tell him to put it on. Dave. Okay. There. The Fool. Okay. All right. Here, just put that over there, and I'll come get you in a minute. Okay.
True story, in 8th grade I was short, had glasses, and a squeaky-ass voice that refused to change. Two things dominated my thoughts, James Cartino and John Lennon. Cartino I came in contact with daily in gym class, where he beat the shit out of me at every opportunity. Lennon I came in contact with in my wildest dreams. In 1971, John Lennon spent a week in my hometown of Syracuse, New York. Yoko gave an exhibit at a museum there. Some friends of mine skipped school and got hired to do odd jobs for her. I tell them of my day of Cartino poundings. They tell me about their day with John and Yoko. I was envious as hell. My friends told me there was to be a private party and I begged them to sneak me in. They were skeptical but agreed. I waited outside the museum for about 8 hours. I had to piss real bad, but I didn't dare leave. At midnight, the back door opened and I snuck in. I couldn't believe my luck. I'd be invisible. I'd watch. I'd wait. The room was dark and crowded. I saw Allen Ginsberg and some others I recognized, but no John and Yoko. After an hour, I felt I could risk a much-needed trip to the men's room. I made my way through the crowd, entered a hallway, took a few steps, and looked up to see Lennon approaching. A group from the party had targeted him. From behind me, they rushed. I was carried, it seemed in slow motion, on a path straight as a bullet. Closer, closer, till my chest slammed into Lennon's. John Lennon looked down at me and barked, "Fuck off! It sucked to be me. I hit the men's room." The hometown buzz from Lennon's visit lasted a month. For me, of course, it lasted longer. Cartino thrashed me the following Monday, but it didn't seem to hurt as much. Something had changed. For all my life. Never go wrong. It's finally sinking in. The walls have all got bloody in the basement, filled with gin. An 18-wheeler past my car. I like the sound of nighttime and I like to drive real far. Oh, mama. Oh. Clean my father's house where my father died. Songs of many countries, he collected them with pride. He had many tongues for people that he'd meet. He worked hard his whole lifetime and he barely left his street. Oh, mama. Oh. Away. I said fly away. My mother had a breakdown when she was 12, thinking thoughts of a woman. The nun said she'd burn in hell. An Arkansas gas station, they're selling cassettes cheap. I buy the New York dolls, I play them loud so I won't sleep. Oh, mama, oh, papa, fly high.
It's not like you won't be hearing more poems later when WAMMO gets here. But I would like to do this little poem. Before I moved to Austin, well, I lived in Albany in New York for a while. Before that, while I was sort of doing a transition from a band thing to a solo thing, I worked as a bartender. The bar that I worked in, it was not like, was not, you know, I met a lot of good friends there, and I don't want to get the wrong idea, but it's kind of like a gangster wannabe bar, is what this bar was like. And I say to this day that the people that were there, criminals and near felons, or some genuine felons as they were, wonderful people that would cut their arm off for you if you asked them. They'd have to be out on parole to do it, but they would in fact do it. But I used to say if Night of the Living Dead had a Cheers, that would be the kind of the bar that I worked in. So Cheers had Sam, we had sort of Son of Sam, if you catch my drift.
What do you know? It's Piccolo Joe. They call him that because he's high. No time for fun. There's work to be done. Doing the deals on the sly and the bullshit will cease. The bartender's grease. Basically, he's got the run. He ain't real vocal, but any local knows where they can cop some. He bellies over like calling out Rover. Everyone's ears on the perk. He says the house is on me and everyone can see he's putting that bartender to work. And wouldn't you know, every thank you Joe has got eyes for what's in his hand. His wallet is bulging, a point worth divulging, a temptation for many a man. But here is a fact, no one will act, cause in seconds they'd be less than a hoot. Guarding that loot, there in his boot. Piccolo Joe is just itching to shoot. He pays for the round and then settles down to a table way in the back. He quiets the thirst and waits for the first nibble his bait will attract. Courting a monkey, see, Bobby's a junkie, long since forgotten bashful times. What are you, a fool? I hit you with a stool. See, Joe ain't dealing no dimes, but to show he's big-hearted, and since he got Bobby started, he'll turn him on to a line. But no, he don't want to buy his leather coat. What are you, fucking asinine? They head for the John, now the party is on now. Several boys got to pee. A coincidence, but they commence in the hopes of catching a buzz for free. See, it's Friday night, and if all goes right, I've seen as much as $1,200 go down. Some cop and run, they're in it for the fun. They don't want to be seen hanging around, but some stay for the show, because you never know what's going to happen or when. Someone gets lusted, someone gets busted, and tomorrow we do it again. I never heard more talk of the big score than I did hanging around that bar. Everyone's motto was, fuck the lotto, a drug deal is sure by far. Joe had to wait till they was dry upstate, then he told them he was their man. I seen him in brawls, I knew he had balls, but I was surprised when he bagged 30 grand. He did it all clean, nothing was seen, no one ever fingered the source. You gotta dig, they must have been big, the rest have been chump change of course. He walked through the door, barely touching the floor by his stride. I knew he had the dough, his usual cool was overruled by his pride, having moved all that blow. The money went down, and after 4 rounds, he bought bottles from under the bar. Then he and the monkey, a 2-bit flunky, went downtown in a new rental car. Joe's appetite for ladies of the night was usually satisfied by a local with the Jones. But with all that cash and all that head stash, why not some professionals they could chaperone? He got 3 with the call, the 5 of them, and all checked into a swank hotel suite. The door was triple lock, the coke was turned to rock. They were literally smoking between those sheets. Up for 3 days in all kinds of ways, Joe and the monkey slept to a cocaine lullaby. The girls saw their cue, grabbed the bucks and flew, but not before Joe opened one eye. He reached for his gun, but before he was done, one of them ladies grabbed a .38 from her purse. A shot to each head left them both dead. Joe and the monkey would leave in a hearse. Everyone's take on Joe and the monkey's wake was that it was tastefully short. Amidst the gloom, high in the men's room, Junkie Bobby snuck out for a snort, and what we must face will all be replaced and quicker than we might like to think. There's a business to be had by some enterprising lad this Friday if he's buying all the drinks. New kid in town 2 years ago. Like a magnet, that Alejandro. So many things that I didn't know. Important stuff like, where's the Joe? What's the call numbers for the best radio? The first week that I get here, they got the most important musical event of the year. The Austin Award show, I sat in the rear. And Alejandro played, and I shed a tear to see the support of his peers. Cool town, cool town. Cool town, cool town. And time went by, and I learned the town. I got a pizza delivery job, and I mapped my way around. I got a steady gig at the Electric Lounge. I played real hard, and this is what I found: people would listen to your sound. Got more great music in just one eve than most places in a lifetime achieve. The best barbecue, roll up your sleeves. In better weather than should ever be believed, it makes you never want to leave. Cool town, cool town. Cool town, cool town. Well, I was New York, born and bred, and I've got traveling in my head. So many paths this music's led, places to go before I'm dead. I see so much before me spread. Boxing, they got the belt. In football, the ring. Goliath's David, cherish that sling. Years from now, I'll be remembering how the Austin Award show asked me to sing, and I felt like a king. Cool town, cool town. Cool town, you ought to be proud.
Well, that, of course, was called Cool Town. And when I came here to Austin, I had some specific goals in mind, having come from upstate New York. In upstate New York, a lot of times when I say I'm from New York, they think Manhattan, that's where I'm moving to, but that's not where I was from. I was from upstate, and that's the difference between, I don't know, Beaumont to here, or Beaumont to Dallas or something. I mean, it's a really, especially Syracuse was a small town, and a sports town, not a big music town like this town.
So I anticipated, you know, getting an independent record deal, and I anticipated getting a steady gig. And I anticipated studying songwriting with the great songwriters of this town. And I anticipated bettering my show and my craft. I did not anticipate falling in love with Austin as much as I have. So it is with regret that I leave the town. But I will be back often. Notice the emphasis on the T. Often. It'd be cool if I had one verse in that last one, because I only got one more song that I can do. But, you know, like, see. Time went by and Teresa gave me a wintergreen and I would chew it. And then I met a guy named Dave Prewitt. And then I tried to write a verse about him, but I couldn't do it. I got to this and I ran out of rhymes, and so fuck it.
Okay.
I want to know what you got to say. Daddy, give me right away. I'm looking for truth, there's never your trace. All candy coated around in my face. Give it to me. Give it to me. Shy guy free. Give it to me. Shy guy free. Hey, hey. Let those words fly from your lips. Take out your pistol, shoot from the hip. I try to take it best I can. It might make me a better man. Give it to me. Give it to me. Shy guy free. Give it to me. Shy guy free. That Irish girl, she's got you bumming. That Irish girl, she's saying something to me. I never took a vow, an oath is implanted, now I drink the brew of tirelessness. Here in my blood, generations flood only makes my fire restless. And hey, it's alright though sometimes at night my head gets the better of me. And hey, it's okay though sometimes during the day I can't see the forest for the trees. But I still get a charge and I still get it large when I hear something bold and new. And I respect all the work in the face of so many jerks it takes for something new to get through. Some want the money, some want the honey, the limousines, the benefits of fame now. Me, I'll keep learning, me, I'll keep burning, I just want to get in the game. Up and let it blow. I got a minute to me, all you know. You're gonna lose me dealing with fashion. You're gonna win me dealing with passion. Give it to me. Give it to me. Shy guy free. Give it to me. Shy guy free. Hey, hey. Thank you, I'm HAMELL on Trial. Hope to see you Friday. Thanks.
What's going on? That was Holocaust Mindframe. Yeah. And we're sitting here, and this is going out live. This is Saturday night, Austin, Texas. Can't get no better than this, and especially the set that you just got through seeing. We're going to miss him. Austin, Texas loves him. Mr. HAMELL on Trial.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Hello.
I have a pick going.
That's cool. That's cool. So the big thing is now is that you're leaving Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
How long have you been here, and what brought you here to Austin?
I've been here a little over 2 years. I came to Austin just before South by Southwest 2 years ago. And what brought me here was, you know, music. And I interpreted it as a career move. I had been on an independent label in upstate New York. And the guy that owned that label felt that he couldn't do much more with me. And he felt I should come see Austin. So he actually brought me down here for a thing called the NAIRD show, which was the National Association of Independent Record Distributors.
Right.
And basically what it is indies that smooth with distributors in the hopes of getting their stuff around. So there's a lot of like, you know, ethnic labels, blues labels, rap labels. And for the first day was like a Thursday night, and it was an orientation, and it was only a few people, maybe 150 people there. And the mayor came down, and he addressed us as a group, and he said, "Welcome to Austin." He said, because it's in a different city every year. And he said, he says, not unlike Pittsburgh, if you're a steel worker, or Detroit, if you're an auto worker, if you're a musician in Austin, you're a first-class citizen. I remember, and I thought, what? Yeah.
Get a
So,
break off the taxes or something?
Yeah, I thought maybe that way, but just the respect, you know. I mean, I don't. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Corpus, but Austin's been home for a very long time.
So some cities, and where I was from, which was upstate, Syracuse, you get to be about like 29, and they start going, so when are you going to get a real job?
Yeah, when are you going to grow up? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You know, and then so if you want to continue to play with dignity,
move to Austin?
well, yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of people, there's a guy like Don Walser, you know what I mean?
Right.
Great musician, but I mean, a lot of people would go, come on, Don, you know, give this in, but here they think this is great, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's part of it. I mean, that's certainly just one of the many things that is amazing. It's an amazing town, you know.
So then, what is going to make you leave? What is calling you back to, I guess, home? Is it?
No, I mean, it isn't really. It's New York City is so different from where I'm from. It would be, as I was saying earlier in my show, it would be like here to Beaumont. I mean, you know, it's 3.5 hours, 4 hours, makes all the difference in the world. I got signed to an indie here in town, Doolittle, and that record and the other 2 records that I've got owing to Doolittle got picked up by Mercury Records, who are out in New York.
Well, what? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So they basically have said to me, you know, because I am this weird guy, you ought to be in New York where they are, so I can hang around the office and go, don't forget me. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's me.
How do you like your coffee?
Exactly.
Sorted,
The poor man's cocaine. Chocolate chip cookies. Try
Really?
some. So, I mean, it's that. And then my wife got accepted to Brooklyn College, and she's got a teacher's assistantship there, so it's a job as well as her graduate work. And so it's career moves on both of our parts, although, you know, it's kind of killing me to leave.
Yeah. Well, from what I've heard, just in the 2 years that you've been here, you've definitely caused a stir. You know,
Sure.
yeah, I guess that would be the best thing. And all of a sudden you start seeing the name, and
it's reciprocated.
Right. Well,
you know, I feel the same way. You know.
But that's cool. I mean, you came into town and you really started working hard. You were working Tuesdays, every Tuesday or something?
Started Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Then the lounge burned down.
Oh my gosh.
Remember?
Well, it's because that smoking guitar, that line in your song, that's what it was.
It didn't.
Really?
Nero was Rome burned. No, it burned down, and then what had happened was, I think they did like 5 or 6 like benefit type of things.
Right.
And they sort of asked me to be, because I'm easy, the guy with the guitar, and I'm, you know, it's just one guy.
Let's go plug in.
Right, let's go plug in. To be sort of an ambassador at these things. But one of them, and this is, you know, this is certainly, this is a wild, it's weird how things work, but one of them was Morphine. See, they had a Morphine gig booked. So they did it at Steamboat, and they asked me to open up Morphine. And it was 100 people, invitation only, all like press and club owners.
And you.
And me opening. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm saying is, in one fell swoop, I had you know what I mean, it was in that one gig that I played, all of a sudden the Chronicle was there, the Statesman was there, all the club owners were there, so...
And it's really a hard crowd here, especially here in Austin, because Austin seems to be, at least for a little while, was tied into just a little quick, you know, especially with the magazines here in town.
Right, or
hard to
there's
bust
so
in.
much. This is what I always say. If you're a good musician in Austin, that means nothing.
Right, it really does.
You gotta be
work it.
You gotta be phenomenal.
Right,
I mean, you know, for everybody. I mean, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan was a virtuoso.
Yeah, he used to be.
You know, I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that guy was. You know what I mean? You know.
And then running around here in town, I think there's all kinds of guitar players. And
incredible guys, but.
It's going to be a big loss. You know, we were talking about it. Teresa, as a matter of fact, said, you know, I think Austin's going to miss you. And
Well, thanks. And vice versa a lot.
it's going to be kind of sad. But what I really, really want to know is how do you lug around all your equipment?
Well,
who do you have lug around your equipment?
That's the thing. I had to hire 15 guys to do that, you know. Most of the guys, heavy metal guys, basically.
Muscle-bound.
Well, they're just heavy metal guys that are out of work, that are wondering how can they get out of vans and get into the acoustic thing because it's just so good, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the truth. There's so many people. What do you think then?
I got a dressing room just for my roadies. They put on the spandex.
Just to move the stuff.
Like the guys in Cinderella. Tom Kiefer lugs my shit around for me.
Amen.
He's got nothing else to
hands
do. Those are his hands. Got nothing to do now.
So, as an acoustic guitar player, what do you think then about the rockers or the heavy metal scene or even the grunge scene trying to do the acoustic thing? Do you think it's a good thing and opens up the acoustic stuff?
Yeah,
or
sure.
You don't think that it hurts or in any way?
No. It's cool. It's cool. Especially if it's, you know, the Nirvana thing was great.
Yeah.
You know? Especially
I'm talking about the new Great White or something like that.
But the thing is, but Great White always sucked. You know what I mean? So they could go, so they could go acoustic, but it's just quiet or something. Right, you know? But if Nirvana was great, and then they go acoustic, and they're great. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but they're in every genre.
Right.
Like I saw, did you see the LL Cool J acoustic thing?
Yes, I did.
Fucking great.
With a little pasty.
It was cool, though. Yeah, I did. But
hey, man, somebody tell him.
You know what I mean? But in every genre, there's good, and so, you know, he's cool in his genre, and then when he does that, it's cool too, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I played in bands for years, you know. It's kind of, for me, I feel, when I'm up there, I'm thinking band.
Band, right.
You know?
Do you see that in your future anytime soon, or are you doing well enough with your stacks?
That's it. I get the roadies. They're itching to play. They're in there, you know, warming up.
Right.
But no, I can't see it. Not for now, because I got signed as an acoustic thing. And the record, if you've ever heard my record, there's a lot of weird shit on there, all overdubs and stuff. And so not, you know, maybe, I don't know, but not for the next couple records. It's so easy. You know what I mean? But like so as a solo, when I have rehearsal, right? We all show up on time, right? We're all sober, right? We all agree on the material, right? No one's trying to go out with my wife. It's great.
Really?
It's a fucking good day. You know what I mean?
So that's, I'm just looking forward to you blowing the shit out of Huey and the Blowfish. That's what I'm looking.
I don't know who they are.
So, well, you'll get a taste.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say this. I heard a big ooh.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything about them.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it.
You don't go for them, is what you. Oh, you don't go. Okay.
They're not hip.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it's at.
All right.
But now we got God, God singing. But anywho, let me see. Your live gig's coming up soon. This is your last week, and it looks like you're going to be very, very busy. And Austin, Texas, you really ought to go check this man out. An incredible songwriter and an incredible talker, a speaker. You know, I see you sit there, and you're playing with your guitar, trying to tune it all up, and and the whole time you've got everybody's attention. And then I think that's one good thing to be able to do is just to I know there's stuff flying everywhere. I have no clue what it is.
I don't know. Well, I'm not losing here. That's a joke.
I got it. So your next gig?
Okay, Monday night at the Electric Lounge, there's a HAMELL Hoot Night, which I'll just be there, but a lot of my friends, Mike Jasper, Russ Summers, the Sound Street Spankers, WAMMO, are all going to do HAMELL on Trial songs. So it's very flattering. It's a nice thing. And you'd be surprised, some of my songs are pretty good when they're done by other people. By me.
Look.
Oh, there we go.
Fucking
Can you hear me?
amazing.
Who typed that out, Teresa? That's a nice job.
It's love.
Yeah. Now that Friday one, see the asterisk? See the last one? With the asterisk? Did you see the last one?
Yeah.
With the asterisk?
Oh, me? Yes. Yes. That's my turn. I'm sorry.
That's that damn piece of hair out in front of your fucking eyes, and you'll be able to read the thing.
It's the card girl. She dropped my card.
You got the goddamn thing like this. You can't fucking see.
That's
the deal there.
I can't hear you.
You're going, wait, okay, so anyway. Okay. It's a joke.
What's the last one? Friday, May 19th.
Yes, that's big one.
That's the one.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Because Buick McKay will be there, and then me and WAMMO did this thing, and hopefully WAMMO's going to be here tonight.
I think I just saw a ghost of WAMMO. I'm not sure. With lights and everything and the hair.
He's been to a wedding. He played with the Asylum C Spankers. Do you think
It was hell.
do you think he's sober enough to do the gig? Okay. Yeah, okay.
yes.
Jim Morrison's pounding on the fucking coffin now, going, no, 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 tell him to stop. No, he's crazy. No, I was nothing compared to him.
So it's going to be a WAMMO HAMELL on trial?
At the end, Okay. I'll be playing from like quarter to 11 to 12.
Right.
And then Buick McCain from 12 to 1, and then me and Whammo do this little deal that you're about to see.
Well, okay, yeah, I know that Dave Prewitt wants to do this, and so I'm not sure this is live, so I'm making all this stuff up. And we're sitting here with Mr. HAMELL on trial, and is it Mr. HAMELL in your last, what is it, Ed?
Ed.
Ed?
You can call me Ed.
That's strange. Okay, well, good to meet you, Ed. Well, all right, man, this is Austin, Texas. This is Dave Prewitt, CapZeyeZ. Definitely want to thank Rock and Roll Rentals, man. They've been here consistently with a monitor system, and I don't think the show would be the same without them. I think we're going out to, I have no idea why Dave picked this song to go to right now, but this is Hole Digger with Penis Envy. I see you, man. We'll be back.
Can I just say one thing? Please, okay, I just want to say one thing before we get started. Normally, if I'm at home and I'm watching the TV and I see somebody in my, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and I turn it on and there's a guy like you running around. Yeah. Yeah, I watch it.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Why am I so much louder than Hamill?
But because you're the talking guy.
Oh, okay.
You're the lead guy. You're Whammo.
Suddenly I feel like
you know who?
I'm an iron butterfly suddenly. Oh, won't you come with me?
Okay, ready?
Wait, I'll get it. Wait, I'll get it. I love this song. Holy shit, I had a hard day. Ed, wait a second. I had a tough day. Today was hard. Now you see, we just don't immediately, which camera's lights on? We don't immediately just decide which songs we're going to sing because Ed and I, we like to fuck around just a little, right? Just a little, yeah. And so if I do the Beastie Boys thing, if I start doing my microphone like this, am I really fucking with your audio? Am I? Somebody raise your hand. Come on, can I get an amen out there?
On the wall.
Okay. There's not even a monitor. There was too much light in this bar. I can see the black on white of this page beckoning me to scrawl an old Devo song on the jukebox. Oh, Devo! What a paradox, a strange, futuristic reminiscence, but Mongoloid sure takes me back. There was too much light in this bar. A woman lights a cigarette, pale and dramatic, lipstick thick pout. The waft of smoke sticks needles in my memory. I used to smoke to be cool in 7th grade when a girl named Amy wore lace up the front and back hip hugger bell bottoms and a crocheted halter, me trying desperately to hide my walking down the hall out of control puberty boner with a math book. And now a woman walks by with the exact same outfit on, looking ever so retro, thrift store hip. There is too much light in this bar. A guy sporting... Oh no, that was a mistake. Ed, I'm fucking up already. You know why? Because we're live on TV. Too much light. ride, too much vibe, too many haircuts, too much leather, too much blah, 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 and drunken shrieks and trendy music pumping through the great altar of mumble. A guy sporting perfect, post-grunge posture, goatee sprite and tattooed bondage, pretends not to notice the platform nymph. Bo Derek braided with round wire frames and a Susie cream cheese smile. A nauseating Generation X marks the G-spot dating ritual, and I wonder if either of them have a rubber on them. God, I hope so. There is too much light in this bar. And then I start thinking about this whole Generation X thing. X, the unknown, the lost generation slipped through the cracks. But I wonder if any of us Xers know that Generation X was the name of Billy Idol's first band. And the trendy book of the same name came out much later. And although their first album was pretty good punk rock, you remember Youth, 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 and Kiss Me Deadly and all that crap. I have this recurring nightmare that Billy Idol will be playing Vegas in about 20 years, weighing 350 pounds in a black leather studded jumpsuit, his Captain Picard hairline moosed into some gray crown of thorns, bellowing a geriatric mating call, "It's a nice day for a white wedding." And I personally am offended that the entire Baby Buster generation was labeled after anything Billy Idol contributed to. There was too much light in this bar. You couldn't cut through the attitude with a syringe. And I'm just about to start screaming at the top of my lungs, "Hey! Hey! Hey! Let's all wear fake paratrooper boots and dress as far down as we possibly can and see who can be the most smolderingly pissy." And even though we all share the same epidemic, boredom, and apathy, we still have the gumption to call ourselves alternative. When suddenly, Dicko Suave, guitar player for the Rockbusters and a serious hardcore motherfucker from way back, swaggers into the bar like a gunfighter with too many bullets, and as the jukebox pauses between songs, he screams, "I'm here to do heroin and fuck, and I'm all out of heroin." He picks the closest, most pretentious person, who is me, sitting, writing in my sketchbook, grabs me off my bar stool and begins to hump, furiously, at my leg, and now I know for sure there is way too much light in this bar.
Batman for him?
You know what? I want you to play something, please, because I want to read something first. Play something, please. This has been bugging me all day. Where is it? Hot.
Wait a minute, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where'd you find that magazine?
Well, it's the Austin Chronicles.
Oh, okay.
You see, I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV. Some of us read. What? Go figure. We got ourselves a reader! Oh, Bill Hicks, man. Bill Hicks. This is Chronicle. Human Hairball. To the editor. Earlier this month, I happened across a program on Channel 10, Austin Community Television, that made me ashamed of living in Austin. What upset me was not sexual content, language, or hateful political incentives. No, invective. Excuse me, I'm a little drunk. It was something...
A little.
Oh, well, come on. It's, what is it, fucking Saturday night? What is it? Okay, for those of you who are going to be putting this in your actual video library, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night. I've already been to one gig, and I'm trashed, okay? And now back. Invective. It was someone who looked like your typical Austin, quote, slacker, unquote, taking syrup of Ipecac, which, by the way, I am inserting, killed Karen Carpenter, used to induce vomiting in cases of poisoning, then tightly holding a kitten's head in his hands. He vomited full in the animal's face. When ACTV got around to returning my calls, their spokeswoman informed me that this was strictly a First Amendment issue. Evidently, cruelty to animals has been elevated to an art form in Austin. The police department told me that unless I could tell them exactly in what jurisdiction the offense took place, when, and exactly by whom, not just who produced the video, they were powerless to pursue animal cruelty charges. Basically, no one cares enough about the incident to do anything about it. Indeed, ACTV told me that they have had several requests to re-air the show. Isn't it great living in such a cool city? Sincerely, Bill Dilworth. Now, I read this letter while I was taking a crap this morning, right? Like I usually do when I read the Chronicle. And at first I just like glanced through it and I kept reading the letters, and then I started thinking about it. And it kind of pissed me off. It kind of pissed me off that somebody actually did that act. They took a kitten, they poured poison down their throat, and then they vomited all over some kitten's face. Because I grew up in San Antonio where like bullies used to like shoot pellets into mockingbirds and shoot pellets into people, and
I was going to say, many a time a ruffian would grab me, an older jock-like ruffian would grab me. He'd take poison and he'd vomit on my face. So
well,
I've already...
Well, you see, now Hamill's already been there. But anyway, I was thinking, let's get this guy who actually vomited on the cat. Now, I don't want to see him go to jail or anything for animal cruelty. I just think that perhaps he should get a little bit of the same treatment. I've seen a lot of performance art in my day, and I have done a lot of performance art in my day, and I've seen people cut themselves. I've seen people drink their own urine. I've seen people vomit into cups and show it to the audience, but I've never seen anyone actually take a poor defenseless animal and do something really, really mean to it and call it art. So I think we should probably get this guy and tie him up so that he's completely defensive, naked, and then shit and piss and vomit all over him, and maybe like kick him in the balls so he's mewling like a little kitten, and just call it art. Sound like a good idea?
Yeah. Can I just say an interesting story about drinking piss?
Oh, I want to hear it.
Okay. One time when I was attending bar, a guy, a friend of mine came in, and so I gave him a few free drinks, you know. And then he...
Were you drinking at this point in your life?
No, I was sober at that point.
Man. You've been sober for a long time.
7 years I've been sober. And the guy came in, and there's coke dealers. A lot of coke dealers used to hang around. That's why we get along so well. I drink through you vicariously. Okay? I'm fucking... As a matter of fact, right now, I'm trash.
Funny, because I feel fine.
So I'm at the bar, and a buddy of mine comes in to visit me, and I give him a few drinks for free, and he leaves me a $5 tip. And there's some coke dealers there, and they steal the $5, and they think I don't see, but I see in my peripheral vision, in the mirror there, I see. So I say to him, he said, "Excuse me, did my friend leave me $5? And so he goes, "Oh," he goes, and he bends down behind the bar. He goes, "Oh, it must have fallen down." And he takes it out of his pocket and he gives it to me, right? So I was a little upset by that. So I went in the back where they have the ice machine, you know, and I brought a cup along and I pissed in the cup. The guy was drinking 7-Up. I said, "Excuse me, could I get you another 7-Up? And I poured him a little bit of urine, unbeknownst to him, and then I gave him a little 7-Up, and then he drank my urine. I said to my wife, she was at the bar, I said, "See that guy over there? He's drinking my urine." Okay, here we go.
You know who Hamill rocks more than? You know? Does anybody fucking know who Hamill rocks more than? I'll tell you, goddammit, because I've only known this guy for a little bit of time. I mean, this guy right here. This cowboy, this New York cowboy who's only been in this town for a short time and has kicked everybody's ass. Wow, you look so inbred now. God damn.
Well, thank you.
Wait a second.
My mother married my brother, but it didn't affect me none.
Hamill rocks more than Batman. First grade, I lived, breathed, slept, ate my superheroes. Astro Boy, Speed Racer, the Wolfman, Spider-Man, Casper, but all paled in comparison to Batman. Fucking Uncle Fester lookalike, goddammit, give me my goddamn hat. Batman comics, Batman sheets on my bed, Batman nightlight, a Batman loose leaf notebook, the original Corgi toy, Batmobile shooting his little red rice-shaped pellets, Batman TV twice a week, Adam West, Burt Ward, Cesar Romero, Otto Preminger, Burgess, Meredith, Julie, Newmar, Eartha Kidd. Tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. I hung on the edge of my seat. I believed every word, every Hitchcock angle, every ludicrous situation. I was only 5. My sister Nancy, I hope I get a tape of this so I can send it to her. Who's got a camera on? Because there's no lights. Hi, how's it going? Hey, babe. Are we taking calls yet? Let's hear from the first caller. Is Burt Ward out there? Do you see? Strangers in the night, exchanging fluids. Oh, it feels so right. Don't mind the spewage. We'll be making love. It doesn't matter at all. Something in your eyes. Hey, I was going to do a little Sinatra thing there, man. Yeah. But I was going to keep going. My sister kept telling me there was no Batman. Holy blasphemy! But I would not hear such heresy. He was real. And I once had a dream where I met him and helped him foil a crime and beat up the bad guys. He thanked me directly. And I prayed for the dream to return for weeks after. My mom bought me a Batman costume for Halloween, and October 31st, I donned the mask of the Caped Crusader and walked to Main Street Elementary School, trembling with anticipation of my first Halloween party. In the schoolyard that morning, a 5th grader strode up, towering over me. He said, "Hey, Batman, let's see how tough you are," and punched me. Boo! Oof! 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 Pow! Taco Bell! Right! Right in my unsuspecting 5-year-old stomach. And as I lay on the ground, holding my gut, trying not to cry, unable to breathe, another 5th grader came up to the first one and shouted, "Hey, you can't do that to a little kid," and proceeded to beat the living shit out of my assailant. And before I got a chance to cry, I began to laugh. Batman is real.
Start being hit. What are you talking about? We gotta do the 80s dance. I just want to talk to you real quick about something. When did Batman come down from Gotham? He going like this with the cape. And the hay, have you seen the Jerry Lewis? Have you seen? Probably late at night, you're home now and you're thinking to yourself, I wish there was an old Jerry Lewis movie on. Well, there probably isn't, but we've got the next best thing for you right here. Excuse me, Jerry, could you teach me that chord, please?
He likes my Jerry, and it's like this.
Well, it's an A chord, and any fool could do it with it right there. You're wrong. And I dare you to have the thing, but wait.
Am I like Dean Martin?
He likes it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Bring in the chimp. Ban, 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 ban. I don't give a fuck about your ban, 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 ban. I don't think you really understand. You're bland and oh so secondhand. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Chew, 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 chew my ear off talking about you. Get up off and try and buy a clue. You ain't who should do. You ain't even Motley Crue. And man, it's sad but true. And go and Xerox someone's life and put your name. A big man at the bar, you claim to fame. Xerox someone's life and put your name. Hamill is God. One uncommon idea before you're done for you. Your naked a phenomenon. Your ego weighs a ton, and there it blocks the sun. My little simple con and go and Xerox someone's life and put your name. A big man at the bar, you claim to fame. Xerox someone's life and put your name. One uncommon idea before you're done for you. You're naked a phenomenon. Ego weighs a ton.
A big ton.
And there it blocks the sun.
16 tons.
A little simple ton and go. And Xerox someone's life, put your name. A big man at the bar, you claim the fame. Xerox someone's life and put your name.
Let's get sensitive. Come on. It's a lounge act.
I don't give a fuck about your band. I don't think you really understand.
And now scat.
But you know, those of you out there that are thinking to yourself, Jerry Lewis was good, but how come no Tony Basil? So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you I know, you're thinking to yourself, doesn't Teresa's oldies show come on at 4? No, it comes on right now. Tony Basil. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
There's a joke here.
Hey, Mickey.
Hell.
Set a tone.
Hell will be a disco where everyone continuously does the 80s dance. And for Hamill, the song will be, Oh, Mickey, do it.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. In the 80s, I had hair.
Oh.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, it's all sticky. Okay. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine,
Okay, but you see, for me, the 80s hell song would not be, wouldn't be Mickey, it would be Melt With You.
Yeah.
Because I have this picture of the fucking walls, sulfur burning, and devils with pitchforks, and they're all like, I'll stop the world and melt with you. And then there's that one moment where it's like, and everybody's like this. They get that one breather in hell where they get to feel the heat. You know, Satan's smart. You know, he knows what the fuck is going on. They get to feel the heat, and it's right back in. I'll stop the world, and well, you know, they all got to go fucking back into the Molly Ringwald dance from Breakfast Club. You know, oh, it's like, oh shit, you know.
Yes. Well, maybe we should bring a guest up.
Did we do the Mike Henry thing?
Let's bring a guest up.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have volume?
if I want it.
Oh, I see. I see. And now, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the Copacabana Lounge, from Electric, Austin, Texas, from the Electric Lounge, Mr. Mike Henry is going to do his mad gypsy poetry. It's musicians making jokes about musicians.
Whatever, baby.
This is how we did a rehearsal?
Oh, yeah. Just like rehearsal. Whatever you want, baby.
It's called 39 cents.
So I'm at the Stop and Go again, and I'm getting one of those 39-cent Cokes. You know that deal they have going where for the same price you can have any size of cup that you want. From their glowing orange selection with the yellow sunspots on the side that remind you how hot it is today, and that it'll be this way for longer than it's worthwhile to imagine. You know, it's beautiful, really. Any size you want, full of glory, and God and the beverage of your choice, only 39 cents, plus tax. Me, I always get the excessively huge size, the veritable vat of American convenience, more than I'll ever drink. Just because I can, and so I'm there at the late night fountain drink temple, and I'm thinking about my friends and how everybody knows everybody somehow, and none of us seem to have any money to speak of, not in comparison to the fortunes that we'd imagine controlling by this age. I thought it was strange that I hadn't thought about it for some time.
Oh, it's time to jam.
Maybe it's easy not to when leftovers can transmutate from a cold pizza breakfast into white holy wafers, sacraments delivered in 30 minutes or less. When I can go to the grocery store deli counter and get the 8-piece bionic fried chicken combo for just under $3, which I highly recommend, at least if you don't mind eating out of a plastic bag instead of a cool, user-friendly bucket. And you know, I don't mind because I think last February when I went there and the price sticker on the sack said Happy Valentine's Day on it, and it was somehow comforting to find my chicken if nobody else wishing me a happy holiday. You know, one of the guys I live with talks about a book he wants to write someday about being young and happy and broke. It's going to be really great. I can see it now. Chapter 1, Friends with Credit Cards. I think he could make $1 million. Maybe he won't do it. But the possibilities that are around. 39 cents. Any size you want. The possibilities. Andy and I went to the arcade, just like I used to spend the hour and a half after school at the arcade while I waited for my mom to get off work. I still love those places. A few beers, plus a video game, and you got your own private Disneyland. That night I found a $50 bill, pocket folded up and close to the money changer, and in accordance with the late night code of arcade honor, I scooped it up and we slid quiet out the door. That, my friend, is no chance occurrence. See, that's no small thing like finding enough change in the various pockets of your laundry to be able to do all 4 washers full, which I can almost always do. Oh no, this was instead 50 no shit dollars, and clearly a sign from God, or at least someone really big. And as I heard the Hallelujah chorus and I saw the guinea sun, I started dividing $50 by 39 cents. Yeah, it was a sign. It said that everything was fine and that I would be rich one day. Though not as rich as I am right now.
Where's Guy when we need him? Take it out! Alright. Mike Henry! Mike Henry! In home on the couch from Mike Henry! Yeah, the Mike Man! I want you to want me! You wanted the best and you got it! On your feet or on your knees! Alright. That's it? One more? Oh, you want to do that one? Hell, we've been fucking around all night. You want to do something serious? Alright, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the mic in my hand and just approach it. Approach it like an altar. You know? If this is being recorded, I'm going to go ahead and send a copy of this tape to the other poets who were on the MTV Spoken Word Tour, because they dragged me to Houston with them. I did a show here and they said, come on, you're going to play harp with Reggie's band and you're going to read some of your shit and come on down. So we all went to Houston. I was thinking, man, this is great. I am really in a situation where I get to be blessed with the best minds of my generation, my contemporaries, the real poets who have made the grade. And where the fuck did they want to go on our day off? The mall. Yeah, they dragged me to the goddamn Galleria in Houston. Oh, we're getting a little feedback here. So I'll actually do this and back off a little. Because you know what? You're a professional. Yes, I've done the music thing. And wait, I can almost sit down. I made the cameraman laugh. I know I'm doing good. So you're the guy who's on because your light doesn't work. There's not enough light in your camera. So anyway, this is called Chill. Slick and freezing in this cold, vacuous, hardline monetary deluge of capitalist dregs, the scum rises to the top, looking down with squinty-eyed scowl that says without a word, lightning quick and just as deadly, you ain't got no money, so you ain't got nothing from me. But I'm mauled by this mall falling, stalled, face first crawling in the hallway of this shooting galleria with walls that rise in storefront hell on earth tones, promising fabulous prizes to the lucky winners holding the magic plastic or the gross shade of green. And nestled deep in the bosom of this gutless, wonderful cavern of greed lies the heartless heart of a flat, bland, plain, reclining, dead, icy, and silent. Soft rock favorites ooze out of tinny speakers while the squealers kneel, strapping steel to their heels and reel in the splendor of skating out on the frozen sheet. Smooth, righteous, effortlessly they glide, sliding past the skateless drones, hugging the railing, watching them go around and around and around. And sure, maybe it's fun, maybe it's exercise, but to me, it's some banal, staggering top twisting its way to the center of boredom. This maelstrom of snobbery going nowhere, just like all the mirror-lined, ant farm, health club, treadmill runners, riding one-wheel bicycles that don't propel. And as my mind begins to pick out the better skaters in the melee, I see the Nancy Kerrigan tabloid dreams of little girls striving for grace in their cute sunburst costumes, anorexia bound. And the poor little budding pubescent boy whose mama dressed him in tights with an emerald pullover, self-conscious and effeminate, and sure, he may be the one who someday tattoos Van Gogh's ear on his forehead, shaves his hair into a beehive spike, and starts a band that makes Pantera sound like Debbie Gibson, but I don't see it. Quick as an eel, darting through the hordes, comes Miss Check Me Out. She's not the best skater on the ice, but she knows she's the best looking, and I notice a lot of the men are checking out how her tan spandex shows off the lines of her fabulous, muscular ass. And as a feminist, I found that last line very offensive to women. And all the bread she spent on lessons is paying off as she swings into a spin faster, 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 with that smug, confident look on her face. And in my mind, I corkscrew her down into the ice, deeper, deeper, till she halts, chest deep, in a panic, unable to move, unable to sway and dance, and nobody can look at her body anymore. She has to keep her hands above her head so the other skaters' blades don't come off her fingers, and no one can pull her out. She is Excalibur, buried in the stone, as she pleads with the luxury shop surrounding, cold as ice, and Gucci can't save her, and Armani can't save her, and Neiman fucking Marcus can't save her, and her blood flows hypothermia 6. When in reality, she's just slowing from her spin and pulls out confidently, pushing back into the toilet bowl flow of the crowd, going around and around and around.